Hey, well, I think Larry has some Kara Yates in him, and I certainly think Kara Yates of the Blenders has some Larry in her. Now, did I say that right?
No, you didn't.
I
You're
did.
insinuating something, Pat. He didn't mean it.
Oh my God.
I didn't say I hadn't thought about it. I just said I hadn't, done anything.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Well, Larry Butterton, we are pleased, excited, and privileged to have you here with us, LTTL, Lawrence and Tracy from Bands and Clubs of the Triangle. And it is so good to see your face. And I
Thank you.
cannot wait to see it in person on the 31st, January 31st, starting at 7 p.m. at Max Tavern.
Oh, how did you find out it was at 7?
Uh,
Oh, some little social media page told
Yeah,
me.
right. That happened today. Uh,
Yes.
we had a thing. The thing is, they fill their reservations, and we heard there was a long waiting list, and people would call me up saying, so Kevin and I got together and said, how do we do it? And we were talking about putting on an extra show, uh, and but we figured out 7 o'clock till 11:30 is even longer than O'Malley's. But oh, I didn't mean to do that. I love O'Malley's. Anyway, we love Max, and uh, the people at Max were just great. So happy you're going to have this gig with us, and so they're putting in more tables and more chairs. So on my emoji notes, whenever I get time to do that, I tell people that the reservations are out, but there'll be lots of room to sit and dance and eat and throw things and so forth.
Hey, the emoji notes in that email that you work on so hard, that might be almost as long as the O'Malley's gig.
And you joke about it, but that is true. And I get down, I get myself all together, and I'm putting all these things in, and and then at 4:15, I'm going, well, that was really stupid, man. What am I doing this for? To hug a half a day. But
I can only imagine.
the truth is, uh, sending notes and letters, and my old man was a prolific letter writer, and I am too. I love to write letters, and that I think has helped build the band to where it is.
Yes, yes,
It's
yes, certainly.
little extra punch, that little extra that says, this is Peak City Band. When we see emojis, Peak City Band comes to mind. And
Oh, I never thought of that. I mean, seriously.
it really does. When we're seeing a lot of emojis, like even if we just half glancing, I know it's going to be Peak City Band. And
Again.
it's no. So I'm sitting here thinking, who is going to be doing all those emojis now, or is that going to be gone?
Well, you'll be specially contracted for the emoji emails from Canada, or
Send me some Canadian money, baby. We'll work something out. The thing is, when you get things in the mail, though, you think about what does LT and Tracy get in the mail? 98%, if it's like me, is a bunch of crap.
yes.
Every once in a while, you get something personal. And that's the way I feel about letters and stuff. Not just, I'm not doing it for the band. I really like to do that, man. And I like to get stuff in the mail too. But to get some, I'm down today, or my dog died, or
Right,
my
right.
mother's sick, and you get something in the mail saying, "Hey, man, how you doing?" Or "Hey, I'm just thinking about you," or "Happy birthday,"
Well,
or
Larry, just think about how the environment is changing. Certainly mail, but how about even a phone call now? I mean, everything is
right.
text, everything is social media. When I get a phone call and it's a genuine friend and we're having a conversation, I guess I'm just old school, but that's nice. But no, we hope we're not getting off the mail list, or well, that was one of the questions. We hope we're not.
We're,
Bert.
we're going to get
Well,
mail.
LT, they're going to have a big tip bucket at Max, and if you do right with that thing, we'll send you some letters.
Good deal. Good deal.
And
We will
Come on,
walk
I'm
that.
just jiving you, man. Come on, you know.
We will
love
walk.
it.
We will walk that tip jar around for that purpose. But yes,
We love it.
understandable. Hey, let's back up a few years, and I want to know when the performing bug started, when the singing bug started. Because gosh, it's so active, it's so eccentric, it's so you. But can we go back to the beginning, Larry?
Sure. Uh, my old man was a bugler in Europe in the army in World War II, and he came home to make extra money, and he started his own little combo and his own little orchestra. Buddy Butterton and his orchestra,
Love
and
it.
so uh, they played Glenn Miller, and they played a lot of late 30s and 40s stuff. And that's the music I grew up on. And you know, my mother sang with him too. She wore a black dress, and he played upright bass and
Wow.
all kinds of pictures of that and trumpet. Buddy Butterton and his orchestra. But I learned all of that was in were my influences. I said Glenn Miller and Harry James and that whole scene, man. And one day, and I was like, I don't know, man. I was like six, maybe. And he came home and he said, "Look at this." And he had, you know what I'm talking about when I say 78s?
Yes.
Right.
78
Yes.
records, they're
Yes.
great big ones, and they spin really fast.
Yes.
And so he had some music, and I thought, you know, this is going to be the same scene. And the first week came on and said, "Since my baby left me, I tell you all alone, I'm going to place the my mistake in Heartbreak Hotel." And what is this, Dad? He said, "Some guy named Elvis." And wow, he turned it over to us. "You ain't nothing but a hound dog." And man, it just flipped something in me. And so
Wow.
I started listening to rock and roll really early. I hope this answers your question, man.
Yeah. What age was that? Or
Probably, probably 6 or 7. Yeah. And I
Wow.
really always dug black music. I guess you call it rhythm and blues. So I was listening to the first drifters, not the second drifters in the 60s, but the first drifters in the 50s with Clyde McPhatter. And I always liked black music. I really wasn't into pretty boy music like,
Frankie
uh,
Valley.
well, Fabian and that,
Fabian.
you know, and all that kind of stuff.
uh-huh.
So when I was 13, uh, I'd never been to a show, and we lived in Richmond, and at the mosque, there was a place called the Mosque, which was this big auditorium. They were having a rhythm and blues show. Oh, okay. Well, dig, man. 1962, Richmond was one of the most segregated places in the world. For those of you who don't know, segregated means black over here, white over here. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Right.
anyway, that was the scene. No integrated schools, none of that, you know.
Yep. Yep.
And so I asked my old man, I said, "You got to take me to the show." And he said, "I don't know, man. You know, it's like, you know, there's a lot of color. Oh, it'll be fine, Dad." So he took me and we went, and I was just thrilled. There were 2 rows of white people, which was a big deal back then.
Yes.
Two
Yes.
rows of this whole place. And my old man was like, "Okay, yeah, I guess this will be cool." And it was cool. And it was people like Sam Cooke,
Oh,
Solomon Burke,
Uh-huh.
nice.
and Chuck Jackson, "Any Day Now," and you know, and I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. I said, "This is," and the other music things I'd been to before at school, everybody go, they play and they go, "Ah, that's so sweet." Well, these people were dancing in the street. They stood up in the street. They were, "Ah, no, no," and my old man was going, "Are we having a problem here?" And I was going, this is the greatest thing, man. And the DJ, not the DJ, the MC,
Yes.
this black cat would come out and he'd tell not dirty but off-color jokes, and they go, "Oh!" And my old man says, "Oh, you didn't hear that, did you, son?" You know. So that was my first concert, and that was my introduction.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh,
Wow.
Now, your first time on stage or singing, you recall
well,
that?
when I was in junior high school. I was in plays, and there were, there were musical plays and that kind of singing, and in church, we were all church people back then.
Sure.
Right.
But there was a band. I was a I was a sophomore in high school, and a band played, and I got to sit in with them at one of these open houses after a football game, and I
Yeah.
said,
Right.
"Bing," and it really worked. So I had a new friend in school who had just moved up from Alabama, and he hipped me to the blues. And
Oh,
I didn't know what the blues were. I said, what? And he said, man, in Alabama, they play Chuck Berry and they play black music along with white pop music on the radio. Well, I'd never heard such a thing in my life. So he and I formed a band called The Sands.
Okay.
Pretty unique, huh? The Sands. And we really liked the Rolling Stones. We liked the Beatles, but we really liked the Rolling Stones because they were playing in their early days. The first four albums were rhythm and blues and blues. And we really liked that. So the Sands started playing, and we grabbed some other guys. My friend Steve was playing bass. I was singing and attempting harmonica. I was much better on tambourine than harmonica. And we had another guitar player and a bass player, and he was really old. He went to state. He was 19.
ooh, hanging out with the youngins.
Whoa! And a drummer, and we started playing, and the Sands did well, and we even ended up making a record.
Oh, wow, Larry.
JCP label, and it was. There's a place on Hillsborough Street that I don't know if it's now, if it's NC State Bookshop or if it's a record store, but it looks like a movie venue. But anyway, JCP Studios were behind that, and we made this record called "Mister, You're a Better Man Than I,"
Okay.
which
Okay.
actually was an old
Okay.
Yardbird song. But
Right.
I've got it up on my wall there somewhere.
So all of what you're describing, and vividly great, learning a lot here, but all of what you're describing is part of the evolution and part of the marriage and everything that gives you such presence on stage and unique and the movements. Gosh, I mean, it's a long list of things that we're gonna miss of Larry with Peak City Band and the presence and the energy and the feeling it. And again, there's nobody that does it better in this marketplace. It's a little bit new to see it for a lot of people in the marketplace still.
Yeah, like,
Um,
what's going on with this dude, man?
well, just as much as I'm describing it from my interest and love of music, we had a friend recently in the last couple of weeks said, "Yeah, I enjoyed him, but at one point he was on the floor. Was he having a stroke? And were they going to call 911?" And
I love it.
right. So
You should
I
have
mean
said,
that
well,
made
yeah.
And we're like, that's Larry. To know Larry is to know he truly embodies the music and
Well,
what he feels. He's showing it to us.
and thank you for that, Tracy. And I, I'm really not a boaster or a bragger. I, I do that because I truly feel it. Nothing is ever phony. Sometimes I feel down and low, and it's not like, oh, I got to do this, because I don't have to do that.
That's
I
right.
really feel like that when you stand in front of Kevin and Tom Joseph and Tom Newhouser
right.
and Ian, and they're great musicians, and they're behind me. Man, you can't help but get a buzz and do that. But
That's
it's
that
never
natural
phony.
high.
It's never phony, and it's never like, oh, I gotta do this. Never, ever, ever. And it is what I would want to see if I go out and see a group.
Okay, but certainly you can find that, I hope. But in this marketplace, or even what I mean, that's still hard to find that type and level. And gosh, I do enough of this and just some consulting with bands and the bars and so forth. But I'm like, is that teachable? A lot of it becomes ingrained as you're describing it of how you got in love with music, but no, it's just a plaque to you and just how you have absorbed the music in your life and how you live it and how you live it with a presence. And just as I started this out, I mean, gosh, Kara Yates has such a presence. It's not, it is
She does.
different.
She's very good.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, different. She has its own style, but I got to thinking about that just in preparation. I said, gosh, and Kara Yates has been an evolution. Just getting better and better and better, and some of that's confidence and everything else. But no, and we were talking before beginning this, and we're like, gosh, it just feels like to honor Larry. It doesn't need to be called the Peak City Band anymore because we're going to go on and we're going to enjoy them and enjoy the newness of what it's going to be, and it should be excellent. But gosh, no, you wear the plaque and no, in the marketplace. And hey, welcome to the cat. And in the
Oh, I got
market
my dog right here. So
in the marketplace, but
you know,
no.
a lot of it is you do have to have confidence, and a lot of times, sometimes, not a lot of times, you feel like, you know, am I looking like a jerk up here? But I have to think I am representing the band. This is what we do. If somebody doesn't dig it, that's their biz. But this is what this band is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you do what you got to do.
yeah,
Not got to do. You do what you feel like doing.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. You're authentic to yourself. That is what you feel.
Yes,
That,
that's true.
it's not fake. And, to
I wish I'd
see.
have thought of saying that. Hello, I'm authentic to myself.
I mean, I think even like, for instance, I call it, when I'm at work and I'm on the phone, I call it my telephone voice, right? You have that presence that you need to have in front of your audience, whether it's your customers or your music lovers that are watching you perform. But you are being you, and it's we love you.
Larry, I keep telling TL, yeah, all she does on the phone all day, her job. But I keep telling her we need a 1-900 number. Do you remember those 1-900?
Yeah.
We could be rich. We could be rich with Tracy, with TL, with TL. Hey, let me go at a couple of things here. We got a limit here, but let me go at a couple of things fast. And one of this or just, but no, I think we're interested in
Love it.
what's happening here with Larry and your beautiful bride, Pat. But let's say the Greyhound bus is picking y'all up, and I'm trying to read in the front of the bus what its destination is. So I'm wondering where y'all are going. I think you're getting closer to some family. But yeah, what's
Whatever you
happening?
feel comfortable in sharing.
What's happening, Larry?
Well, we
And
are
you've got
moving.
a lot of stuff to pack up behind you. So
I'll show you this room in a minute.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
we are moving to Calgary, Alberta,
all right.
Canada, and that
Ah,
is above Idaho and Montana.
Oh,
yeah.
That's where that
wow.
is.
Yes.
Uh, we the deal is this: Pat and I are in really great health. We really are in good health. I mean, my knees ache, but we're doing okay. But our children, we have a daughter in Northern England, a son in Calgary, and two daughters in the Denver area.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so it started with them, and they said, Dad, you're not getting any younger. And I said, I'm doing great. I mean, I'm in this band, and I'm jumping up and down, and and me and Pat, we're in good health.
Y'all go exercise all the time.
Well, how do you know?
Oh, I think you told me one time.
But I started thinking, and they said, well, yeah, but you got to think about your age. And I said, well, yeah, we think about it a little bit, but we're cool. It's all right. It's jumping.
Right.
But I thought about my mom, who had bad Alzheimer's, and I thought about my dad, who had terminal prostate cancer at the same time. and they lived together, and they were trying to maintain each other in Florida. And I had to keep going back and forth from North Carolina to Florida and take care of them. And my brother would fly in from California and take it. And
Right.
my daughters in Denver said, Dad, we're in Denver. We don't want to, if something happens to you, we don't want to do that. We're not saying anything's going to happen, but you got to look at the numbers, i.e., your age. Oh, well, that hurt.
Right.
But it's true.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I just turned 77. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm
Right.
and I'm still doing it.
Love it. Amazing.
But we started thinking about that. And then we don't see our grandchildren a lot. We have 2 in Calgary and we have 2 in Denver, which is a lot closer to Calgary. And we don't see them as much as we used to.
Yes.
We are very blessed to have a paid for home in Calgary. We don't have to move it up.
Wonderful.
We don't have to, pay out it. The thing about this is we love where we live. We love this house on Olive Street in Apex. It is the only house that Pat and I have ever lived in together. And this house this is where our love grew. This is where our marriage grew. I don't mean to be corny, but it's true.
Yeah.
And it is, we have decorated and we have fixed our house up. There is no more room on the walls for photos that we have taken or for posters. There's no more room. And I'm not talking just this room. I'm talking the bathrooms, every room.
Right.
And it just is us. And that's what's hard about leaving.
Yes.
Also, I'm going to say this, might not be the most popular thing to say. We are very concerned about the direction of the country. And it's really not a matter of liberal or conservative or Democrat or Republican. We are independents. So
yes, sir.
We are independents.
Yes.
But we see things that are happening that are disturbing, and so that's part of it too.
Gotcha.
Not really the main thing, but to be perfectly honest about it, that's part of the deal.
Well, thank you for sharing with us, and when you get to
Calgary,
Calvary, can you at least pop on and do a little fun live video every once in a while so we can see you and hear you?
We can do that. In fact, our home up there is going to be larger, and there'll be room. If you ever come up and stay with us, we'll give you a good rate.
Thank you. And did you? I've never been to Canada unless you cross over at Niagara Falls.
It's very nice. Very nice.
You've had the privilege, Larry, of working with some talented musicians. You've given that description of Peak City Band. They all come to mind, and they're all good friends. You and I, we go back.
Yes.
To somewhat of the beginning. I have actually worked with some bands individually, just in terms of getting them involved in our marketplace, trying to give them a little bit of an edge. We had that privilege years ago, and whatever that speaks to, maybe I get lost, but 8 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever that was, Larry, in the beginning of Peak City Band. How old is the band?
16 years old.
16 years old. And what a privilege that was in our friendship.
I know where we met, Lawrence. We met behind a cigar store I got it on the wall here, Peak City Blues Project. It was at the Apex Jazz Festival.
Oh wow.
And that was probably, the band started in 10, so that was probably in 13 or 14.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got a picture of us.
All right. You
gonna make me cry again, Larry?
Yeah. All the girls say that.
Well, one of the things right here, I was going to talented. How talented is Tom Newhouser?
No, you'll have to tell me that.
How many instruments can he really play? Or is he?
Well, I've always wanted him to play accordion with the band and play on the song "We Can Work It Out, We Can Work It
Oh,
Out."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He said, "That thing's too heavy to carry around," but he does great on the saxophone. And the saxophone he uses was his grandfather's in World War II, like 1942 or three.
I'd heard that maybe. Yeah,
Remember
well,
that
yeah.
story.
And of
Good.
course, he's killer on keyboards. A great guitar player. He loves to play bass. Loves. And in fact, have you seen him play bass? Oh man, we got this gig. We got this thing now. And drums. We got this thing now that Ian gets off the drums and plays bass, and Newhouser gets on the drums, and Tom Joseph takes off the bass and plays keyboards. We'll be doing that on the 31st.
All right, all right.
Nice. So much talent. So much talent there.
But yeah, Newhouser is extremely talented and can sing. I know he really digs playing that sax, but that cat playing piano, especially on those Latin tunes, Santana and all that, man, he's just killer.
Yeah.
But he and Ian have something going. I don't mean socially, but they have something going musically when they look at each other and just kind of like, bro, you hit the note, and Newhouse is like that with all the other guys in the band, whether it's me or Kevin or Tom Joseph. When somebody does something, hits the note right, or just hits a lick that's just right, Newhouser will turn over and look at him like, damn, man, that was delicious, man. He gives you that look, and you say, golly, Tom thinks I'm good tonight. Really, he's that kind of cat, man.
Yeah, he's talented.
He's a talented dude.
Gosh, Larry, on your way out, I don't know if you can see it, that this doesn't do justice, but this is that new we got 70 local bands, including Peak City Band, on this t-shirt.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so this is the new t-shirt. We did 15th anniversary. We did it with KC and Company. They put this print shirt together. And guess what? Peak City Band is on here along with 69 other local bands. And
How do I get two?
That's right. That's right.
We'll send you the link.
You've got a few t-shirts.
We'll send you the link. We'll send you the link, sir.
But on your way out, you might like to enjoy that or
No,
talk.
I'd like to have two, one for me and one for Pat.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Oh, and Pat can cut up a mean t-shirt if she don't want to wear it like this.
Pat's last time of collecting tips and selling t-shirts is that night. So
Yeah,
Pat is a special part of the band. The band gave her a special Christmas gift just for being.
I bet, certainly.
And she helps me. Not even. Do I have to drive home? I'll drive home. I'm fine. Or whatever the thing is.
Yes.
Setting up and taking down stuff.
Larry,
Y'all are a good team.
Larry, can you
Good
do
team.
a couple of shout outs for a couple of local bands? You've got so many friendships, I'm sure, but are there a couple shout outs for some bands that you have enjoyed? And again, it could be an endless list, but I'm just wondering, your ear has gotten here and there, but yes.
We really, the Peak City Band, and this is the truth, the Peak City Band plays so much that Pat and I really don't go out to many bars and clubs. We really have in our hearts special feelings for wait, I'm sorry, come to me for Maria Blanchard, because she's been so kind to us playing with us, and also Wanda Thompson.
Yes.
Have been great to us. The band obviously plays blues and rhythm and blues and rock and roll.
Soul Songs?
What's that?
Maria's band, is it Soul
No.
Songs?
No, and the Soul Heart. That's another. Who's that lady in that?
I can't.
Maria's band. I don't know.
I was thinking it was Soul Sauce from Maria's band.
Oh, Soul Sauce. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
And then Wanda's got Skin Tight.
And they are good people, and they have sat in with us. But Pat and I really like we go over to Duke and see this classical quartet. I know you might say, what? Class called the Chompi, Chompi Quartet. And the four of them teach music at Duke.
Okay.
And
Oh,
they
yeah.
really know their stuff, and they play free concerts. We sit on the front row and just go, ah. And they have put new wrinkles on our brain about classical music.
Oh, classical is beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's not symphonic, but it's classical quartets.
Okay.
And they've even come to know us and say, hey, how you guys doing? But, it's free. We go to some dive bar in Durham and eat BLT sandwiches and drink beer and then walk over to Duke and sit there. And it's just like, oh, wow.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you for sharing that. We're going to look that up for sure.
Yeah, look them up, man.
I
They have
wrote
albums
it
out,
down.
and they're just terrific.
Yes.
Larry,
yes.
let's help me, or we start out with it, but go ahead and press that last show with you, Larry, for Peak City Band. Give us that date again. It's a little extended show, and I trust that you're going to stay social media or be there somewhere just so people can say hi occasionally.
It's
And
January 31st, and
Yeah.
that's a Saturday night. The reservations are all gone, but again, Max has worked with us, and this happened today, to put in more chairs and more tables, and they're trying to fit 100 more people in.
Wow.
all right.
So
Now, how
that's
many
good.
breaks are you going to be taking if it's 7 to 11:30?
How many what?
How many breaks are you going to be taking? We don't want to
Two.
wear you out.
Two. We'll take two.
Larry, what are you doing for your skin? It really looks good. I mean, you look better than you've ever looked, and that's a compliment. But what
All the girls say that. I have a wife that takes care of me, man.
all right, well, skin products. I need some
No,
myself.
I don't. I use soap, Lawrence. Have you ever tried?
I don't. I don't. Soap.
This is deodorant. This is soap.
You
Yeah.
said soap. Okay. Okay.
Listen, let me show you my office.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got just a couple of minutes left.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I'm gonna turn on the light right here
Okay.
Okay.
so you guys can see better.
Oh,
What do I do? Just turn this around?
just go keep it the way it, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Well, there's a lot of stuff in there, and we're seeing
Oh, Rolling
much.
Stones?
We're seeing much. Yeah.
I love
This is my Rolling Stones poster. I
Yeah.
got off of a telephone pole in 1965, and these are the Rolling Stones autographs.
Oh
I
man.
got all their autographs, and we met with them for about 20, 25 minutes. Mick was so old; he was 22. Ah! Anyway, but that's my Rolling Stones original poster. It's under UV glass, and I even have Brian Jones's autograph, and he's been dead since '69. Let's see what else is happening here.
Now you
How
and
about-
Mick about the same age, right?
No, oh, very funny. No, Mick is 83.
Okay.
All right, and this is just going slow around the room here.
So those are like the mobile sky ceiling mobiles.
Oh,
What
look
do they
at that.
call it?
Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, I got Louis there.
Yeah.
All these CDs. I took this picture. Can you see this picture?
Yes.
Of Barack. I took that picture.
All right.
Nice.
And
There's your
here's-
Elvis stand.
here's my man
Yeah.
Bob. I really like Bob. And then this other stuff, as you can see in this room, I hope.
This is great because at some point we're not very good at ending these things. So if it just cuts out, we're great. But
All right.
that is a most interesting office. I do not want to have to pack that up.
I know, man. Oh, let me show you my friend Mortimer. See if I can get Mortimer in Jamaica. Hold on. I know this is jumbly. Can you see Mortimer up there with the smoke coming out of his nose?
Yes.
Yeah.
To the right. Sure, to the right a little bit.
To your left. But yes.
Other way.
But yeah, we passed him. Yes.
There he is. Yeah. Yeah, that was in
Oh.
Jamaica. I used to go to Jamaica a lot back then.
I bet you did.
That's another story.
Yeah.
Anyway, and just stuff hanging on the walls, old harmonicas, and my Elvis clock, and Miles Davis, and Jesus,
Yeah.
There you go.
Now,
and
we haven't said this word. Are you a hippie at heart, or is it sprinkled in there? Or
I would say a hippie with a lot more sense than I used to have. Yeah. Um, uh, we really don't get high, that is, on marijuana a lot sometimes,
Right.
but not, it's not like, in the 70s we said, "Oh man, what's that joint, man? What's my name?" It's not that at all. And we're quite tempered in that kind of thing. And I don't mind using those words, cannabis and so forth. Who doesn't? And if they don't, that's too bad. Um, but
But
as
you have
far as,
a lot of influence from 60s, 70s, and I don't know how this is going to
yes,
end,
a
but
lot of influence,
yeah.
lifestyle influence. And, um, we are more spiritual now than we used to be. And we have started churches. Pat and I met in El Salvador on a mission trip.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
but I think it was June of 13, we dropped out of church and we found ourselves being much more spiritual on our own than, I don't know, man. I'm not knocking people that go to church or go to church. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying for us,
Yes, sir.
we got more spiritual things together out of church,
Yes.
Yeah.
instead of
Yes.
going to the club and having to act like people in the club. And we act more like us, which is kind of crazy.
We love you. And we
We
got
love you.
tickets
We
left.
love you.
Thank you for taking the time to share your life with us.
Thank
We
you for
can,
your gifts. Thank you for your
we can talk
gifts.
for
Thank
hours.
you. My gifts are gifts from God.
Yeah. Yeah.
People say,
Yes.
"How do you do that energy, Larry? What are you taking?" I say, "Man, it's a gift from God. I'm not taking anything. No, I
Amen.
will have a shot of tequila every once in a while."
Hey, I
Rock
like
on.
that.
Rock
I'm
on.
with you with that one.
Rock
Make a
on.
choice.
Cool. You
But
keep
anyway,
following bands and clubs. You keep following bands and clubs. I need one in Canada.
I'm looking forward to playing. I'll never find a band as good as Peak City Band, I don't think, but I'll probably play some.
All right.
Just makes me want to cry.